All right, Sean Zattel, FightHype.com here with exciting, undefeated cruiserweight prospects, 6-0, 4 knockouts. Tristan Kalkreuth. Tristan set to return January 2nd on the Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell undercard in Dallas, Texas at Cowboy Stadium. Tristan, how are you looking forward to that, man? Returning, looking to go 7-0.
It's exciting, it's gonna be here in Dallas. All my people are gonna be out there supporting me. So I'm gonna put on a big show.
Now, I know you coming in the ring at cruiserweight, but I think since the last time you fought, there's a whole new weight class in boxing, Bridgerweight. You think? What do you think about that? You think you'll ever compete for a Bridgerweight title, or what were your thoughts on that?
I believe so cruiserweight, the new weight class, cruiserweight would be 175 to 190, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So,
that we have to decide. But since I'm a prelim fighter, I can still do catch weights at 201. But once I start moving up into the rankings, I might have to go down to 190, or maybe just go up to 190 to 220, I believe.
what were
So.
your what were your thoughts on that, though? As a guy who's competing at cruiserweight, but you've said in the past you want to become a heavyweight in the future. What were your thoughts when you heard that weight class come into the picture?
Well, I feel like that's awesome because I can do something that only one of them did, and that's Evander Holyfield. Was came up from I believe light heavyweight, went to cruiserweight, or became a champion at light heavyweight, cruiserweight, then heavyweight. So that's something that I could look forward to now, in the future.
How much have you aspired to be like Evander Holyfield or studied him on tape?
I watched a lot of Evander's fights. His tough, even the fights that he came short in, because he always did unique things in the ring. Like when he fought Riddick Bowe, it was just like the slugfest, and everybody was using their inside, and their inside game and their technique on the inside. And thing with Evander is he fought a lot of bigger people, so he really had to use his speed and his angles, and that's really what I took from him. Is number one, his jab and his defense, how he always had that one hand right here, that
Mhm.
old school stance where you use your shoulder as your first, defense. And so those are the things I really took from him.
The thing, you're taller than Evander was, right? Different dimensions, six
No,
four.
yeah, probably about 2 inches or inches, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, right. So what do you think is going to be about your style and your strengths that's going to take you to the titles?
I think it's just my jab. I have really a really good jab. Definitely. I believe I have a pretty developed jab. For me being 19, it's just gonna get better. And I think it's gonna be my jab and my aggression. How I use my jab. To basically put opponents where I want to with my jab, and let my combinations go. And you know and another thing is also my pace. My punch output. I'm willing, to work. I'm not afraid of being tired, and that's where the sparring. You know, the top cruiserweights, comes from. Like Ronnie's cruiserweights, and some of the cruiserweight that's down here. He has real good technique, and he has a lot of ring savvy. So being young and me sparring these older cats really helps me think more. And so when I do get older, I have the knowledge and experience behind it.
When you mentioned having that great jab and being aggressive behind it, Jermall Charlo comes to mind too, who's also trained by your trainer, Ronnie Shields. How much of that do you attribute to Ronnie Shields? First, yeah.
Yeah, I think Ronnie Shields, the way he trains, kind of fits my style, and And the way he trains, like basically how he trains Jermall, is to work your jab. You know, be aggressive behind your jab, because your jab is one of the closest punches to your opponent, one of the easiest to use. You know, and it sets up combinations. You know, you could use your jab to push your opponents where you want, and you can even use it as a defensive weapon. You know, when you're trying to get away, flick your jab out there. And that's basically what Coach Shields opened up, you know about using the jab.
You know, I got to ask, too, since we're talking about Jermall, since he came up. I'm sure you watched the fight here in there in Texas with Canelo Alvarez. Who do you think will win that fight, Canelo versus Jermall? You know, just sizing it up, breaking it down.
You know, I got to go with Jermall, you know, because, you know, I feel like he's a younger fighter. You know, he has a little bit more grit. You know, Canelo's young too. Was age 30, 33, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Canelo's
he's 30. They're both 30 years old. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they're the same age.
In their primes.
Yeah, and I just know you know, it's gonna be a great fight. You know, I'm obviously leaning more towards Jermall because, you know, I've seen him work and spar, and he spars. He's just, you know, he's vicious. He's aggressive, and he just has that mean dog spirit in him. And I think that'll really come out in the show.
What's the power like up close in the gym with Jarrell?
He hits hard, man. He hits like maybe like a light heavyweight. It was super middleweight. Like he hits like
he's a middleweight, but
he's a middleweight. Yeah. So he I mean, from me watching him spar, he probably hits like a super middleweight. Super middleweight, light heavyweight.
You know,
yeah, he's strong, man.
You know, you obviously, you know, you're a nice kid, and but I'm sure that changes in the ring. But just how mean is Jermall in there? Gotta ask. Or it's not like that in the gym. You know, is it?
Well, I mean, he's a cool guy. You know, I remember when I went to his gym to watch his spar. You know, that's when I got signed with Golden Boy. He congratulated me. He was like, "Congrats on signing with Golden Boy, bro." And you know, he on TV it might look different. You know, because I think he's really just trying to sell the fight. But in person, he's
more in the ring. You know, not so much. Like I'm not thinking.
Oh, in the ring, yeah. Yeah, in the ring, he's more, you know, aggressive. I say more mean, you know, in the ring, because, you know, that's kind of like he's making it, you know, he's letting everybody know that that's his territory, you know, that's his turf, stuff like that. So, and me just watching that, I take that mentality, you know, with me. So when I spar, when I fight, you know, that it's going to be my territory and my turf.
And also, man, I know you do some backflips in the ring. It's real impressive when Tiafimo does it, and he's a lightweight. You're almost 200 pounds, 6'4", doing backflips. So you might have to keep that going, Tristan, after the fight. So
yeah,
obviously it works.
You know, I'm trying to limit it as much as I can, you know, because, you know, I am getting heavier and taller. But, you know, it just, like, when I did it the first time, it was just the adrenaline. So, you know, I'm kind of just relying on the adrenaline kick, you know.
Right. But also, man, lastly, you fight January 2nd, Cowboy Stadium. The main event that night, of course, is Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. Who comes out on that fight, top on that fight, and why, Tristan?
I think, you know, I'm not really a good guy at predictions, but I think Ryan Garcia is gonna come out, you know, victorious. But I don't know, because Luke Campbell, he's a tall, he knows how to use his range, and it's gonna be a real competitive fight. So it's just not gonna be like an easy fight for Ryan. And same for Luke Campbell, because, you know, Ryan, he's real fast with his jab. And the thing about Ryan is he might not be the most technical fighter, but he's real athletic, and most of the times where he catches people's when he uses his speed, you don't see his punches coming. So I have to wait to see till the first round, you know.
Will that range and length for Campbell not mean as much as it normally does at lightweight because Ryan is very tall himself, you know?
Yeah. So how are they around the same height?
Yeah.
I just feel like Luke Campbell's like just tall.
He may, you know what, I'd have to look at the tail of the tape right now, but I believe it's like if Campbell is taller, it's about by a half inch max. It's not the height.
Oh, he has longer arms because I mean Campbell just looks like a tall lightweight.
So, but yeah, that would be a great fight. Looking forward to your fight as well on the undercard. You know, kind of got some Patrick Mahomes going on.
Yeah, I heard that a lot. Some people think I'm Patrick Mahomes when I'm like cruising in the mall or something.
It's good. It's good, man. He's the man. So, but Tristan, any last words before we get to see you January 2nd on Fight Night?
Well, to all my fans, you know, tune into my fight. You know, kicking off the new year with a huge impact statement, and it's gonna be an exciting fight. You know, there's gonna be fans there. You know, all the COVID going on. It's awesome that they can bring over about 5,000 fans in the arena. So it's gonna be an awesome night. Tune in.
Thanks, man. Good luck. Good luck on Fight Night.
I appreciate it.